My nickname for many years was Damage. I have a chaotic mind. I've got dyspraxia, dyslexia. I'm very bad at organisational skills, keeping things tidy, keeping things clean. I don't see mess. Where's the fucking... And I really struggled with it, and I used to beat myself up.
The Queen has been subject matter of many artists and sculptors over the years, with some of the works being more controversial than others.
Yes, the latest, being made just in time for the Queen's Jubilee next year, comes thanks to a sculptor from Llandudno. Nick Elphick is hoping to make a rather big impression with not just one,
How about a Welsh sculptor who's been commissioned by one of the richest men in the world?
Nick, in his own race against time to get these Olympians into shape. Ian Lang, Wales Tonight, Denbighshire.
I wanted to just do an expressive piece. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just said, right, I'm going to do a human figure. Thanks to the therapy of being an artist, that I've been able to stay alive, because I've had some real touch and go times, you know, when I was in my neglecting years.
For him to be able to express through his sculpture and his artwork in a way that he would never able to express it in any other way. And therefore, had he not had that, he probably would have become a very frustrated, even angry person.
He finds it quite difficult to talk about his emotions at the best of times.
If you look at the little details in his work, it's so intricate, and he puts his own creative expression into the sculptures. It's difficult as an artist.
For him, it's an escape. You know, he gets very, very stressed.
Because he hadn't got a mechanism for being able to express his emotions. So his art gives him that mechanism for being able to express those natural emotions that he has.
It's about respecting my father, and it's about giving him back to my mum.
It's his way of processing his father's death.
He passed away about 3 or 4 years ago from Parkinson. I needed to prove myself, not to others, but to myself, that I had some worth. It's more about me wanting to bring him back to life to my mum.
It's just the journey of an artist.
They should be punished, and they will be, on the show. And you'd agreed, you'd made a pact.
Yeah, this is Rich.
You're right, mate.
This is it's Grace. And then so this is Nick, everyone. There's a final documentary going on, so you'd have to just. But it might not be. I don't know if it's still.
But I'm just looking at free sculpting. Like, that one's sort of an impressionist one. This one's going to end up very abstract. Nice. And sort of just really sort of, I don't know, maybe cubic. I don't know what's going to happen to it, but yeah. The horse is actually my dad. I was sculpting him, trying to capture it, but my perfectionism and my fear of not being able to capture him was too close to when he died now, and I could only sort of really remember the illness and you know how he. So I thought, I need to sculpt him free of that. His nickname was Horse, so I decided to sculpt him as a shy horse.
Cheers.
For me, it's about the moment of making a piece of artwork and just being creative and just allowing life become my future.
He just has this amazing and intellectual flow of his ideas, and he's really able to express them. The emotion that's in them, that's imbued within the making of them, is still there.
It's not until you know you're mad that you're not. It's when you don't know you're mad that you are. And what the art has done is it's helped me understand my madness and these subconscious issues that I've had.
So maybe it.
Nick's just got this personality where it's infectious. When he's like in his high energy levels, he's kind of bashing out all this work, and he's like a perfectionist, so he's never quite ever finished.
Right, we're back down to the bare bones.
He's already done like 3 or 4 different face designs, and he'll just spend ages on them and then be like, no, I don't like it, throw it away, and then he'll do another one, and then, no, I don't like it, throw it away. As an artist, it's really difficult to value yourself correctly, and a lot of artists don't charge the right amount for what they do. I'm
not making it for society to look at. I'm making it for me to look at, for me to understand. And if it helps other people, then fine. But I don't make it for money, and I don't make it for other people's eyes. I make it for me. I'm not hindered by the need to be something. I'm just not, and I think it's maybe because I've lived in a studio like a bum for 20 years. I've not been materialistic.
It helps show others that, you know, you can accomplish great things even if you have problems spelling or with such things as dyslexia. You can go so far and do so many amazing things.
For me, emotionally, I haven't finished it yet and I don't exactly know what it says, but I know for me, again, it's about sense of pride, and it's sort of also embracing the chaos. The pure chaos is basically infinity, and it's because of chaos, this randomness, that has actually been able to cause humanity, it's been able to cause life. And I just think that that's where I'm going with my artwork. I just want to be free of this perfectionism, and I just want to be able to be more expressive and abstract, and I'm letting go, really.
Basically letting go of control, just converting back into chaos.
Just on a female figure, which is actually based on a friend of mine who's been really, really an amazing person in my life. And when I was not too well, 7 years ago when my dad was ill, she was very, very instrumental in helping me find myself again and love myself.
Yeah, I didn't realise he was doing one of me at the time. I only realised when he'd finished it, obviously. But I thought he was just doing it for something, something else. He just needed sort of, I don't know, what would you call it, dimensions or something. I think he told me that at the time.
Entropy, I call it entropy white. It basically represents letting go of ego through death and life. So she's in between death. I wanted her to basically be floating underwater, which is what I think I've done.
It's just, he's just a bit mental sometimes. But I know I'm important in his life, and he's really important in my life. I don't know how I felt. It's a few years ago. I think I was shocked probably because I wasn't expecting it. But it's a beautiful sculpture.
Hello. Hello. We're here to steal all your money and priceless things.
Did you like it?
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's a relief, eh?
Yeah, really good. So I can't believe it's finished.
That
looks good, Mum. I couldn't have bought one anyway.
Oh, they all smell well nice.
Where did you go?
We went to Penryn Bay. Again, just starts with a curlicker. Craven.
Where's Craven?
Penryn Bay.
Penryn Bay.
Yeah,
that's where.
I'll have a look.
Where did you find all those?
Just in there.
Who's this?
Down there. It's a Christmas dinner, I don't remember that. God, I got
Look on the back, there's some writing.
She thought for me, my mum. You know, I'm really proud of who my mum is, because she really thought for me when I was struggling at schools, and she actually took the council to court and actually got enough money from the council, because no schools were helping me, and she actually got help from the council to send me to this school called St David's in North Wales, strangely, you know, where I've always wanted to be. And that school completely changed my life.
Right, so at my school.
Nick had not settled into any schools, and he was a bit of a problem child. And they'd heard about St David's, so they brought him here, and then they just left. And that was it. They just left. He's immensely gifted, and he's discovered that gifting because we believe that being dyslexic, ADHD, somewhere on the autistic spectrum is actually a gift. It's not a curse, it's a gift.
Well, Nick and I, first of all, when he was little, started painting together. We drew together, we painted together from the age of about 7. So he's always drawn and painted. Because he's dyslexic and found it hard to read, art was his outlet.
These are girls I collect the art of. That's Nick. Nick did that when he was about 18. He'd gone off to see a girlfriend in Bali, gone on holiday with the family, and she dumped him when he got there. So he was quite upset. There we are. And my husband? There?
So this is my dad, and this is me. It's a nice little photo. I've not seen this before. Really like this photo. So yeah, it's dad looking at his best, dead happy. There you go, look, there's my dad and my mum and my mum's parents and my dad's parents, and they were just getting married. I'm so young. And then we turned up and made them old. This is me sitting on a potty in the garden for some reason. I was tiny, wasn't I? Obviously that's me there with my brother in the grass, naked, running around naked. So that's my dad sort of playing with me when I was a kid. That's my dad there. He looks nice, happy and healthy. This is how I remember my dad, like in my dreams. And actually when Dad passed away, I felt like he came into the room, and I saw him at this age, and he's about my age now, I think, in my 40s, and that's how I see him when I think about him.
Me and Dad when we were young. Barley Alley Farm. We found out he'd had Parkinson's, and I didn't cope with it very well. At the time, again, I wasn't, I was keeping away from alcohol and working very hard.
How does Nick express his grief? How does he express his deep emotion at the loss of his father and the suffering that his father would have gone through and the loss of his father's freedom? How does he express that? Well, the natural thing was for him to do a sculpture of his father.
So here we go, sculpting my father again. I've tried this 3 times now, and I've just let it go and die. I'm going to start again, and I'm going to make sure I finish it this time.
The way he channeled that grief is by doing the sculpture. I think that's what he does with his emotions. He channels it into his work. So he started the sculpture of his dad very, very soon after. He's been working on that for quite a long time. I think he started it before his father died, because it's about Parkinson's.
Well, Parkinson's basically just strips the person's mind. It takes that human being away and causes a lot of mental anguish to that person. When I first started it, I wanted to bring him back. So I wanted to make this photograph of him, bring him back for real. And I think that's why I needed to let him go for 2 years. I stopped for 2 years, and I've come back to it, and I've been able to just attack it and enjoy it and just let go of like the perfectionism and the fear of not being able to create it and not being able to bring my dad back. And because I was able to leave it for 2 years, I was able to just be free. All right, let's just finish it for him, and if I need to work on it afterwards, I will do, but let's just get it to a point. So that freed me up, and I was able just to attack it and just go into the flow, which is basically when time, you lose time, and you just feel free. When he passed away, I thought, okay, I'm going to sculpt him because it'll help me, but actually, at the time, I could only remember the illness of him, so it was very difficult to find him in the sculpture.
His way of coping with his father's death was to create these artworks, and he's done quite a few of them, and they deal with all different aspects of his relationship with his father.
And I always felt that my dad was like a Shire horse, a big, strong, kind figure. So I needed to draw him, to sculpt him as an animal, and I ended up started sculpting him as a horse.
As he was doing it, I think he saw all these connections and realized that this could actually be something bigger and deeper. Originally it was meant to be a tiny little sculpture, but it ended up being like 6 or 7 foot tall, this huge piece.
But it's turning it into something emotional and turning it into my style, trying to make it powerful, which I couldn't do because it was too close. So I decided I was going to sculpt him as a horse. And I started doing all these squiggles on the box, and it wasn't until it was finished that it told me what it was, and I realised I was doing his soul escaping from the prison of the Parkinson's.
And he's done other sculptures as well, where you see his father kind of broken, cut up, the face moving, just to show how Parkinson's can really affect you. the amount of work that he's created, it shows how important his father was in his life.
It's kind of intense, but it's how I felt about the Parkinsons, about, you know, my dad's soul. So again, you know, when I make artwork, it's about the actual process and how the emotions are affected through the process of making artwork. And I think it's really cathartic. And I actually feel freed already from making this sculpture of my dad. And again, you know, it's...
No, I don't think he has. It's probably about breaking free again for him, you know.
Wow. Okay. So I put some clothes in. Today's the day my father's gravestone is going in. Quite emotional this morning. Didn't think I would, but very emotional. 5 years in the making of his large sculpture and his gravestone. I had him with me at all times when I was sculpting him, so it feels very strange. So 1, 2, 3. Just put it down on the edge. Yeah, we'll get them out, and then what I'd like to do is just put it in situ first to look at it, then put it back, and then we can then we'll dig the hole. Sound. So Jono is one of my long-term experts. He's an expert builder and craftsman, and he helps me with a lot of my moulding and finishing off on jobs. And he's come to help me basically concrete my, you know, my dad's gravestone in. I need another person to help me place it in. It also just takes a little bit of the stress off me. Well, Father, we don't have to use this rubbish thing anymore. I've got you here. I hope you're proud of it. Horse. Supposed to be coming. Just hang on. Marble, beautiful marble. Should last forever. Farge, you're going to be remembered forever as a horse. In the middle, you've got an angle before, because that's lower. It's just visually. Yeah. When we're doing. I'm sorry it took so long, Dad. I don't think I wanted to finish it because when I was sculpting you and sculpting this, it's not like you were gone, you were always there with me. If you can't see it, the tribute on here says Colin Henry Horse Elphick. And then it says you're a gentleman, a racketeer and a sportsman. Because you know, I feel like you've arised from that horrible illness you came down with. You know me, I never cry or anything. And this morning I woke up and I was just like, I don't know, I just broke down. I'm gonna bring Mum over now and with the family, and she's gonna see it for the first time. I didn't realise a big reason why I wasn't finishing what I was wanting to do with this and the big portrait of you was because actually I wanted to keep you with me, and I feel like it's the end of an era.
Yes, it is. Well done, Elphick. Eh?
And this is a tribute to you, and I hope you love it. And I've also done it for Mum, you know.
I know that my dad is with us all, you know, whether it's in our memories or whether it's in, you know, spiritually. He's with me all the time, you know, and I do speak to him subconsciously. I'm just doing the last little bit for my dad. So I'm hoping it's just going to look, you know, look really nice. I'm just leveling this out for him. This is the last bit I need to do. There you go, Dad. First day raining, all nice and clean, no weeds, nothing. Finished. Ta-da! All clean and tidy for you. Mwah. You know, I haven't just done this to remember Dad, I've also done it for my mum. I've made his, you know, I've done a gravestone that she can go and actually see, you know, have something tangible to go and see, you know, him as horse, and it represents him, and I think Mum's really proud that, you know, that's there for him as a tribute to him. And also I've sculpted this right here so she can sit in the sitting room and look at Dad. You know, because she does, you know, she is struggling with loneliness after the 4 years. You know, it's like, it's a weird one because I don't understand why she says she's so lonely, because I've always lived alone and I love being alone. But Mum, I think it's more of this, you know, she lived with Dad for over 35 years. So I think it's more, you know, understanding, trying to get used to living without a partner that she loved. So I just feel like, you know, doing this for her is giving her some sort of help towards that, for Mum to feel better. Finished. End of an era. The moment I finished him, I didn't realise until yesterday, the moment he's finished and he's out of my studio and done, that's it. It's the end. He's gone in a weird way out of my life. So it was really, really painful because, you know, when I'm working on him, he's always with me. But it did feel afterwards a massive relief. I just wanted to say, you know, thank you for being such an incredible father. And it's going to be difficult not sculpting you anymore. Yeah, I love you, Dad. I don't allow people to call me damage anymore. It's not my mask, I've given that mask up. My artwork is helping other people, and I'm able to express the things that I've gone through. Really helps me get out of bed, is making stuff that's going to help other people and help in society, not just financially gain or egotistically gain myself. Now I'm free. My life is free. I've made a life for myself where my dyslexia, my issues do not matter. And I'm actually proud of who I am. I'm proud of having these issues because I wouldn't be a sculptor and I wouldn't be an artist and I wouldn't be living the life that I'm living now. I'm proud of being able to become stronger because of the hell that I've been through. And, you know, and I think that's what life's about. Life is about anguish and struggle, because you become a stronger human being for it.